Okay, welcome to today's episode on styles and illustrations in Word. I've already downloaded the zip folder with all of the files that we're going to be working with today. So just right click over it and extract it if you haven't. And you should see that there's an Excel workbook here, a couple of pictures, and .rtf file. RTF is a rich text format file, and we're going to be using it right now. We're going to open up a new Word document right here, and we're going to save it. I'm going to save it to my PC under the desktop, and I'm going to save it as Carroll, Carroll, and Word will put the docx on there for you automatically. And the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to insert the contents of the lookingglass.rtf file. So we're going to go and insert, and over here where it says object under text, you're going to click the little drop down and you're going to get text from file. And this is going to be that rich text format right there, that lookingglass.rtf file. And you're going to insert that. So as you can see, it appended all of that information right there. I'm just going to switch the view really quick right here. All right, maybe a little bit more. All right. So next we're going to just start going in between these caroted instructions right here, these styles, we're going to start making some modifications and then deleting uh, those format guidelines right here. Okay, so the way to tell whether these guides right here are formatting guides or something that you need to actually insert or modify is they'll have this begin and end instruction right there, right at the very beginning. And this kind of gives you a range as to how far you should apply one style or another. So for example, this is just this one uh, statement right here, the looking glass house. And that's going to be our title style right there, just like that. And then we're going to delete those guides because we don't need them anymore. The next thing is we're going to use the emphasis style, and all that's taking place from the Home tab right here under the Style section. And we're going to use the emphasis style going all the way down here. The next one is this heading 1 style, and it's going to be just the kittens. All right, and kind of going down, I'm right here on page 2 right now. Not seeing anything at the moment, and there's another heading 1 style. So I'm going to grab this into the looking glass, and there's heading 1. And as you can see, we're going to be inserting some charts at different points here, some pictures. There's another heading 1 style called the Jabberwock. Here's a quote style. And again, all these styles are found under the Home tab in the Style section right here. And you can expand this using this fast forward looking button. Here's another really long quote. And that's it for the formatting for this document right here for right now. We're going to start adding some pictures and things like that. I'm going to go all the way up to the top. So the next thing we're going to do is we're actually going to modify some of these formatting styles, and we're going to make some adjustments to the font and things like that. So we're going to go under here where it says normal, under the styles section of the home tab, and we're going to right click on that, and we're going to click modify. And what we're going to do is we're going to specify this is Cambria. So just click on that drop down and then start typing in CAM and you'll get Cambria. It's going to be 11 points. And the paragraph alignment is going to be justified, which is right here in the far left, or far right rather. And we're going to use single line spacing. So we're going to go under the format and paragraph, and it's going to be single line spacing. And we're going to specify 8 points after the paragraph, and the first line indent is going to be 0.5 inches. So, yep, uh, that's fine the way it is. And then the indentation is going to be, let's see, first line by 0.5 inches. And we're going to say OK. And see, now that changes the way everything looks right here. We're also going to modify the title and heading 1 formatting styles so that there's no first line indent. So we're going to right click over title and we're going to modify that. And we're going to go under format and paragraph. And we're going to make sure that there is no first line indent. And that's it for that. And we're going to do the same thing for the heading 1. So again, right click over that under the style section and modify it. Format, paragraph, and then 0. And the last thing that we're going to modify as far as the styles go is the quote formatting. And we want to change style based on the style from normal to no spacing. So we're going to just make this adjustment right here. The style for the following paragraph is going to be no spacing. And this removes extra spacing from the poems. And we're going to click OK. So that's all the spacing and alignment and indentations. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to insert Kitten's picture. which is going to go right at the start of the next paragraph. So if you just click right before the capital O and 1, that's where we're going to insert the picture. So we're going to go and insert pictures, and we're going to go up here in the downloads folder in our data files, and we're going to grab the kittens.jpg, which is this one right here, and insert that. And then we need to make some adjustments. So we're going to size the image to be 1.8 inches high by 3 inches wide. So we're going to go up here into the upper right corner. If the image isn't already selected, just click on it, like left click on it, and you should get these options under here under the Format tab. And we're going to specify the height as 1.8 inches high. Let's just try and go with the width right there. And that is just what we want, 3 inches by 1.88 inches. And we're going to use square text wrapping. So we're going to left click on this layout options. And we're going to go see more, text wrapping. We're going to use the square selection right there. And we're going to go under the position. And we're going to right align the image and set it to move with the text. So make sure that move object with text is selected. And we're going to say OK. Next, we're going to go down and find where we need to insert the Jabberwock pic. So that is going to be right here. Right before the T in King. And this is all taking place on the fourth page. So we're going to insert pictures, Jabberwock, insert, and we are going to resize, and it's going to be 3 inches high by 1.99 inches wide. So if we just adjust the width and then the height, we'll get 3 inches by 1.99 inches. And we're going to use square text wrapping and left align the image. So just left click on this layout options and go see more. We're going to use square text wrapping. The position is going to be left aligned. And we're going to set it to move with the text. So it looks like that. And then I'm going to delete this insert Jabberwock pic. And the next thing we're going to do is insert a hyperlink, and it's going to be up at the very top. So right where it says in between begin hyperlink and end hyperlink, you're going to highlight this public domain phrase right there. And we're going to go insert, link, and what we're going to do is we're going to use the address that is in the instruction file right here. So we're just going to highlight this, copy it, and we're going to paste that right there. And we're going to say OK. And now if we hold Control and we left click, it'll take us to the Wikipedia page for what public domain means. So for step 7, we're going to insert an equation right here. So I'm going to just delete this part right there. I'm going to hit enter. And what we're going to do is we're going to go insert equation, and we're going to insert a new equation. And it should be centered automatically for you. The equation that we're going to make is going to be this one right here. So I'm just going to put that right beside the page right here so you can see it. And I'm going to use the fraction symbol right here. So the first one is 14 plus 15, and we're going to divide that by 3,247. So what I'm doing is I'm just adding certain things, like there's a fraction button right here. You can add superscripts and subscripts over here, radicals, integrals, a bunch of different operators. There's all kinds of other symbols that you can use. Here's different operators, Greek letters, so on and so forth. So I'm going to add another fraction using the fraction button, and 29 over 3,247. And that's going to be roughly equal to, it's under the basic math symbols right here. That's going to be roughly equal to 1%. And that concludes 7. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open up that Excel workbook that I had, the frequencies. It's going to have letter frequency, word frequency, etc. And that's all found within that folder that you extracted. It's this frequencies workbook right here. And the first one that we're going to need to grab is going to be this word frequency chart right here. So if we just right click and copy that, and if we go down to page 4 right here, we'll get this insert the word frequency chart here. And if we delete that, we're just going to keep the source formatting and link data. And what we're going to just do is resize this. So we're going to go under here under chart tools and format. And we're going to resize this first chart to be 4 inches high by 5 inches wide. And the next chart that we're going to insert, so all those resizing that's taking place, it's under the format section of the chart tools and over here under the size section. The next chart that we're going to add is going to be right here. We're going to insert the letter frequency chart. And just like we did before with this word frequency chart, we're going to just right click and copy this. And we're going to right click and we're going to go keep source formatting and link data. And then we're just going to left click on the white space right here of the chart, format, and we're going to resize this so it's 4 inches by 4 inches. And if you just copy that from up top, you can paste it right there as well. and that'll resize that all for you. And then we're going to go into here under the layout options, see more, text wrapping, square, and the position is going to be left aligned, and it's going to move the object with the text. So we're going to say OK. And that's it for this project. Save it and submit it.